Yo, a brilliant five-star performance from the Arsenal. Arsenal, 5 Leeds, 0. Great to be back at the Emirates. Everybody firing on all cylinders. Eddie, how big of a statement was that win?
It was a big one. Silenced all the critics from last week. But guess what? They're still not even at their best yet. Chemistry is still in the works, so we expect better as well.
Now, do you think this result, like, what does it say to the rest of the league? Because right now, Arsenal is looking the most complete team. First, it was that resolute performance at Old Trafford, went with 3 points, and now at home, back to our dominating form versus Leeds. Like, what does that
Yeah.
say to the rest of our contenders?
I don't think it says much because all the things or anyone who knows that we've been there for the past 3 years would not take us lightly. And the Leeds manager summed it up perfectly. It was like Arsenal is one of the most consistent team in Europe in the last 2.5 years. And then he mentioned that, yeah, people might argue trophies, but if you look at finishing second 3 times in a row is consistency. Someone who had won the title was 5th or 4th or 3rd at one certain point. So, yeah, in terms of a message, the message has already has been there for like forever. These teams that compete with Arsenal for the title, they know that Arsenal on their day can win, and that was what we did perfectly on Sunday.
Honestly, I can't wait for all the jokes of Arsenal always finishing second, Arsenal always being the bridesmaid. I can't wait for all those jokes to stop. And the league knows. They know that if we lift that Premier League trophy, this fan base, they are not going to hear the last of it. The trolling will be out of this world. Like, that is, I'm looking forward to that day when Arsenal are crowned Premier League champions. It would be glorious. This internet space will not contain all of us. That's for sure.
Yeah, yep.
But this game,
I agree.
there was this early scare. I think Leeds could have taken the lead with that Struge, I can't even pronounce his name, Struge, that header. But we have our goalie who's really he's been very consistent since he took that number 1 spot. What a wonderful save, Raya. They could have gone in the lead, but yeah, that didn't happen. And I think after that first 20 or so minutes, then, we controlled it a bit more. And then set piece FC, Timber scored the opener. How important are set pieces for Arsenal, man? It's actually ridiculous how consistent we are with set pieces.
Yeah, our record over the last 2 years is crazy, I must say. And guess what? This season, three goals already from set piece, and it's part of the game. No matter how rival fans mostly would complain, it is part of the game. It's not a different rule from us for us now that from other teams. Chelsea, on the other hand, on Friday night scored 2 goals, 2 or 3
Yeah,
goals.
they did score a corner as well.
So what that gives you summed it up perfectly. Like, Raya came in at the right time. If Leeds had gone into the lead, it would have been a totally different game, right? That is why he's very, very important to the team. And when you look at those set piece goals, what it does for you in a game like where we kind of started slow, it gives you the platform to progress. It gives you the platform to play better. Because when you're 1-0 up, your opponent at one time in the game, they're going to come out. And also, it gives you like a drive, a confidence, knowing that I'm no longer under a lot of pressure to get the game going. I'm 1 goal up. All I just have to do is keep playing, and those goals are going to come. Yeah. So for set piece, it can help you. It can win you games. It can win you points. It can set you up perfectly to go on and play a game, Brent.
Beautiful. And I mean, Starboy Saka, he had to make that statement that, so we have all these fancy new signings, but
I'm still here.
I'm still the guy. Look at that finish on his right foot, because a lot of been talk about, we all know he's one-dimensional. He's going to cut to his left and, try that finesse shot to the far post. But this time he smashed it with his right foot, and that was incredible. I think that
Yeah.
that killed the game. That was what we, needed. And that set us up for a much more comfortable evening.
Yeah, it did. That technique from Saka, he has had that in his locker for a while now. I think he scored even the harder right-footed drive against Leeds the last time they were in the Premier League. And yeah, like Saka is Saka, right? The 135 goal and assist contribution to an Arsenal team at Howard. So that is a lot. That tells you how important he's been for this team in the last 5-6 years. And I don't think that is going to stop. It's unfortunate that he went down the way he did. I don't want to say it's a good thing, but the kind of good news is it's not, he wasn't holding the same legs or hamstring that we know
Yeah,
he
that has
had
been troubling him for a while.
that he had that operation on. Yeah. So yeah, it was a bittersweet, moment, because after knowing him getting one goal and the game opening up, he probably would have left that pitch with more contributions, whether it was an assist or whether it was a goal. But as they say, as one door closes, another one opens, and you know where that leads to.
Like Max Dowman, 15 years old, coming in that right wing position, and he just adapted like fish in water. It didn't really feel like there was such a great dip in quality on that right wing when he came on.
Like we saw him in preseason, and because of what we saw in preseason, a lot of people, a lot of fans want to see him more. And I was just like, this guy is living a kid's dream. Like he's playing for Arsenal Football Club at that age, and it looks like he's gonna get minutes when he's available. And I made a joke yesterday to a friend, like, you have to remember this guy is on holidays. In another 2 weeks,
Basically,
when school is back on, we might not see him as much. But I believe his family, the people around him, and the club would definitely have a perfect arrangement for him where he doesn't lose anything academically. Like, obviously the club still want him to. We saw it with Saka, like he was still a straight A student while doing his football thing, and that is important
absolutely.
as well. Yeah, because the outside life balance is very, very important to even the development on the pitch. So yeah, he's a star. He's a star in the making. The way he asks for the ball, like he keeps raising his
Always
hand,
available.
asking for the ball, and then when you give him, no matter how big or fast you are, he wants to
He's
drive
taking
at
you
you.
on. Yeah.
And that is an aspect of the game that excites fans. Like, you could hear the reactions when he's on the ball, when he does an action on the ball. Like, it's an amazing player to watch, and I just hope he reaches those potentials that we all can see.
Absolutely. And our hitman finally getting on the score sheets at the Emirates and getting the race for the Golden Boots is on. Tell me, that first goal, that is what we've been talking about. We needed a center forward that can create and finish out of nothing. That run, cutting in and finishing, flat-footing the goalkeeper. That is really, really the missing piece for Arsenal.
Yeah,
what do you think about Gyökeres and his performance?
His performance it's a decent performance. Might not be the best in terms of exerting himself from defenders, but he really doesn't have to do that a lot if we play expansively, right? I don't even think he's match fit yet. I think he still has a lot of physical development to do, because even the manager mentioned something like that it was a good note that he finished 90 minutes. You could even see it in his game. And in terms of his quality, we've been crying out for a player like him, a goal scorer for 2.5, 3 years now after Aubameyang left. And that is him. That is Victor, right? He would, as far as that space is there to run, he would run at you like full power, full steam, like a steam train. He will just keep coming, and then when he has the opportunity, he's gonna take that shot. I feel like, I don't want to say pressure, but I know, or I feel he knows the noise that was around him. He knows about the doubt that even some Arsenal fans had. And I'm happy that he got off the mark quickly, just the second game and your 2 goals. And if you look at it, that's 1 goal a game. So he's still
That's
keeping
brilliant, yeah,
his
because it
record is
took the
still,
likes of Bergkamp like 8 games to start scoring. And a lot of fans, I remember, were already getting on his back like, oh, wow, did we
Imagine that,
just
like, saying he
sign a
wasn't
flop? But now
that he
2
wasn't a
games in,
player
2
for
goals.
England. Yeah. So like, that is it. What we just need him to do is to keep developing relationship with his teammates, because you could see that is still a bit lacking. But again,
Yeah,
from the first goal that he scored, you could see that it is an understanding of his teammates, knowing that this guy is on the shoulder of a defender, and then the one-time release pass frees up the space for him. So those are the chemistry we're talking about. Those are the relationships that are even going to get better. So imagine if 5 out of the 10 outfit players understand that this is how we release this
these
guy.
are his kind of runs.
Man, those balls are going to come and he's going to have chances. Like, I know he's going to have chances, especially games where we take the lead and then it opened up the team, because when they were a bit deeper in the first half, you could see that space wasn't there for him to run. I'm not
run in behind,
Yeah, I'm not saying that is the only way he can score, but you'll get the best out of him that way. So last season, where we were not killing off games because after we go a goal up and then we try and then we don't, and then the 5-10 minutes time that the opponent have, they come back. But with a player like him, like, you just kill off games and just then open it up 5, 6, 4, 3, no matter the number. Yeah,
we're going to cook this season, that's for sure. And to all those fans that were saying he had more hair flicks than
let
goals,
them know
I
I
love
see
it.
you.
Bit of cheeky banter. He went to the camera after scoring, and
he admitted it while he was doing his press duties. Like, they asked him about it, and like, maybe, who knows? And I like that.
He's owning it.
Yeah. Like, you need to. You give me a challenge, I'll pass it.
Yeah. Last time we were here, you spoke about Heinz's influence on the game, and that high press and that high line. Looks like that was one of the key things that really, really took the game to Leeds for us. That high press and possession suffocated Leeds completely and didn't even let Leeds get any form of rhythm going. Is that still that's still the Heinz effect, right?
Yeah, you could say it's a mixture of both, right? But one thing you can't take away is, like, how high we press and how high our forwards stay. There was a time even I was seeing Gabriel playing in the left center midfield position, because the team had pushed up so high that they just pressed and camped Leeds in their half, and then once we start doing the tiki-taka, it's all over for anybody. It's just going to get better. That's the fact. Look at the Saka goal, and this is on Zubimendi, right? He makes he makes a pass, we lose the ball, and then he wins the ball back, and then immediately back to Timber on the plate for Saka. Getting that ball quickly. I know we're one of the best pressing teams. Like, when we lose the ball, I think our clock, when we lose the ball, is like 5.3 seconds. So when we lose the ball, we try to get it back as soon as
quickly as possible.
Yeah, but what we were not doing last season is, when we get it, you have to be on the front foot. That first ball should be going forward. But the last season, what we would do is we get the ball and then we recircle, and then the opponent kind of settles in again. But with Zubimendi, and that is the urgency that he brings to our play, the directness, the central balls. Like, you get it, you release it. Like, he improves the pace of a game, and is really, really beautiful to watch.
Amazing. Slight concerns with the injuries, but I feel like this would now highlight how much this transfer window has improved Arsenal, because there's ridiculous depth. Losing Saka Ødegaard with the sort of shoulder injury. I think Arsenal squad depth covers these losses without a problem for whatever tenure that these two players are unavailable. Like Dowman stepping in, Madueke could play that as well. What do you think? Tell me, how's the depth looking from your perspective?
No doubt, those players, Saka and Ødegaard, are probably the most very important players in the team. But you could see the energy, on Saturday, that when they went down, fans weren't really saying, "Oh, the season is over."
Yeah.
That was what we said last season. A friend of mine was like, he said when Saka went down, he was like, "I hope you're fine, but if you know you can't play, please get up. Let someone else come.
No
come
problem.
play."
Let's
Yeah. So yeah, that it's a good thing. I think the manager as well mentioned that we all have learned our lessons from last season, and I don't
Yeah.
think anybody who saw the way last season went, whether it's the board, the owners, the sporting director, and the manager himself, would want to go through that again. And with the kind of business that we did this summer, you could know that that is what they are addressing. And also, that depth as well helps you ease player in when they come back from injury, because a lot of these guys, because of how important they are, and then there's no quality cover, we kind of rush them back. So for the depth team, it is perfect. And I'll just put it like this: Martinelli didn't touch the pitch. Merino didn't touch the pitch. Eze didn't touch the pitch. Who else was on the bench? Kivior didn't come. Havertz wasn't even available. So those are 4 players
Usual
that were
starters.
key players. That were key players for us last season.
Yeah.
They didn't even come in 5-0. So yeah. So for the depth, and guess what? He still leaves an open thought, saying from the manager's interview, saying, "You never know, maybe one more, because I want everyone."
You still want your Rodrigo?
No. Right, if that comes, because we lose someone in the forward lines, if that comes, it's fine. But maybe it might not be at this point. It really, as far as it's someone that can do a job for us, someone that the quality doesn't change when we make changes, like the level doesn't drop, right? Just you can bring in one more body. And as I always say, if they find balance in the team, everybody will stay. If they find that it's not balanced, they will let someone go. If someone wants to leave, I believe they'll be open to let the person leave. So our depth, for depth, I think it's been the best we've had in a while.
Brilliant. Standout performances. How's your FPL team looking? Do you have Timber in there? 2 goals, assist, clean sheets. Timber was actually on something in that game. Gyökeres, 2 goals. I think Raya, clean sheet, save points. Which of them do you have in your FPL team?
So I had Timber before game week 1, and then I had to, because I wasn't sure between him and White who was going to start. So I think I got Gabriel. So for Saturday, I doubled up on our defense, because I knew I was not going to concede to Leeds. So I had Raya and Gabriel for the defense, and then I had Saka as captain. I was sure he was going to score, but I thought he would.
Brilliant game week.
I thought he would be having at least 2 goals, but with the injury, I wanted to bring in Gyökeres for game week 2, because I was sure Leeds was the kind of game that he would open up his account. But I had 3 Arsenal players already, and I didn't want to lose any points on transfers.
So at this point, Arsenal are looking like the team to beat. Or do you feel it's too early to call? Personally, I think we're the most complete side in the running this season. Liverpool still having their defensive frailties, even though their attack is looking quite tasty. City, well, we saw them wobble to Tottenham, which was quite surprising to me. I expected City to run over Tottenham, but yeah, I think that's credits to Tottenham, I guess.
It wasn't surprising to
our
me.
Rivals are not looking the imperial best yet, or is it too early to call?
For me, it's too early to call. Not because I'm not confident in my team, but it's just the early hours of the season, and I want to see how we fare at Anfield next week. And I think I will to give a better judgment after that. I will just take it one game at a time and see where the season leads. But I'm hopeful that definitely we will pick up some silverware this season for sure.
Amazing, amazing. So, guys, there we have it. Arsenal 5, Leeds United 0. Very enjoyable performance. If you enjoyed this video, smash the like button. Feel free to subscribe so we come back on your screen sometime soon. Just vibe with us. Let us know in the comments what you would like to see more of on the channel, because we, again, want to build this community of Arsenal fans where we're just kicking back, relaxing, and just talking about the team, the games, and the future, So yeah, we'll see you on the next one.